What is up everyone, this is Jay from Dreamers YGO, and today I bring you all a TCG metagame report. This is a new type of content I'm trying out, so let me know what you all end up thinking in the comment section below. The overall idea of this video is to report in a concise manner, week by week, what is happening in the TCG meta. I feel like the OCG has this covered really well by websites such as Road to the King and Yu-Gi Organization, but the TCG is rather lacking, so I wanted to give coverage of this a shot. With that being a description, let's go ahead and get started so you all get a feel for the type of content I'm trying to bring to everyone. This introductory report focuses only on the most recent ARG tournaments in Las Vegas and Richmond, since it was easy to acquire deck data from those since they're posted online. It also helped me test out and play with my ideas, and additionally give me something to show you all, and hopefully I can receive some valuable feedback from everyone. Unsurprisingly, 20 of the top 32 decks were Spiral, followed by 5 Magicians, 3 60 card variants, and 4 other various decks. Looking into the Spiral's decks first, these are the cards every deck list shared. There were a few players playing going first Spiral, so Tough was not played at 3 by everyone, but everything else looks fairly standard. Interestingly, all players played at least 2 Twin Twisters, which I am guessing is to dodge the potential sided Floodgate trap holes. Many also shared a lot of the most powerful link cards presently available. For the variations among the decks, these are the card choices players went with. On the monster end, mostly all variations occurred in the number and which hand trap they were using. Also, some players did not main Gofu, so that was also in the mix. For spells, not all players made Foolish Burial or Soul Charge, and some players went with triple goods and also mained the 1 Assault. In the traps lineup, players made Evenly, a well-known going second approach, but also Utility or 2 rescues versus 1. For the extra deck stuff, there were a ton of options. Many players were maining or siding Winter Cherries, so there were a few target options including Akiba and Minerva, which surprised me a bit. These 4 cards up here with Baguska I thought were fairly standard, but a few players here and there did not main them for whatever reason. Of the side deck options, the Artifact package was very popular. The Trap Hole package was also fairly common. Other things were pretty standard, such as Board Wipes, Kaijus, and Cosmic Cyclone. An interesting tech was Wise Man's Chalice, reminiscent of the Sue era, since it works fairly well in the mirror as an extender. So this is just a general plot. On average, Spirals played about 21 monsters, 15 spells, and 4 traps. Looking into Magicians now, these are the cards every deck list shared. The main deck is fairly standard, playing pretty much 3-ofs of almost every Magician, but the side deck was interesting with every player citing 3 Waverings just in case. Every extra deck had the following cards also. For the variations, these are the cards each deck potentially played. Most notable things is some players opted for using Astrograph Sorcerer, likely for damage potential. Some people also used White Wing and double O of Dragon, and some people even went up for triple Sorcerer. Also, of the interesting main deck tags, we had either the Apex Avian build or Psy Blocker build. For spells, some players maxed out Alliance and Desires, which I think is really good. And then in the extra deck, these are some of the other cards players used. Beals was in 2 decks, even though True Draco hasn't seen much success, and some people still like the Utopia package, even though it takes 2 slots. Also, if any player was citing Cherries, no one really played other targets aside from Spiral Double Helix. These are all the side deck options Magician players used. Some fairly standard cards such as Board Wipes and Cyclones, but the other interesting ones like Prohibition, likely for Spiral, and Solemn Scolding to dodge the evenly matched. So looking again at the general plot, Magicians played about 30 monsters, 8 spells, and 2 traps. So now for the 60 card decks, the code I wrote for the analysis still has some bugs, so I'm working on fixing those when I get some free time to be able to analyze those decks a little bit more closely. There weren't that many though, so just visually there were 2 Infernoid Lightsworn decks versus 1 Zombie Lightsworn version. So here's an Infernoid version for all of you to test out. I do not know a whole ton of the deck, but I am guessing you just go for fairly power plays such as Void Imagination or Void Feast, as well as Grass, which is still a very good card. For the variety decks, there were only 4. The most interesting one to me was World Chalice, which I actually believe might be able to have more meta representation thanks to some of the new link cards in Expo. Here's the player's version. One of the interesting techs is that they tech Kyoto to have a negating Gameciel and made quite a few hand traps, which I thought would be more bricky for them, but it worked out. In the side for them, Skullmeister was an interesting choice. We have not seen that card much, so I feel it's decent against both Spiral and 60 card decks. So this is the overview once again, and with that, this is the last ever report I have for all of you. Before saying goodbye though, I have an announcement. If you are all interested in helping out this type of content grow, if you receive your invite or top an event, send me your typed out PDF deck list to teamdreamersYGO@gmail.com. You only have to fill out the card information and count, so no need to include name, event, or any of that other information. These would save me a ton of time and would provide everyone a more complete set of information since I have more decks I can look into and include. Once ready, send it to our email in the following manner. Make sure in the subject line you include the place out of how many invites were awarded you received and the location of the event, as the example here. Obviously, don't forget to attach your deck list. So then, another thing is sadly, all spelling matters, even special characters. So if you don't want to deal with that, create your list on Dueling Book and export it as a PDF. Once again here, there is no need to include your name or other information, so you can just send me that instead. Okay then, well this is my first attempt at this type of content and I have a few ideas for refining it, but let me know what you all think about it and comment if you believe it's something I should keep doing or stop pursuing. If I do keep going with this content and you would like to help out, really consider sending me deck lists, that way it's less time consuming for me. I want to thank everyone so much for watching this video and invite you to provide any suggestions for me. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, subscribe, and share this with your friends. As always though, thank you so much for watching and I will see you all next time.